Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the world-famous Cicada Club. This is Maxwell Demille'S talking, broadcasting live from the world-famous Cicada Club here in downtown Los Angeles, California. Thank you, fans of Los Angeles, California. Tonight's big broadcast is being sent around the world and across the nation by means of that modern miracle, electronic television. If you have any folks that would like to tune in, merely have them dial into our information page at clubcicada.com, whatever that is, and they'll be able to watch tonight's broadcast live as it happens. Tonight, it's a very special evening indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It's our 6th anniversary here at the Cicada Club. And they said we wouldn't last 5 years. Hey, there you are. And of course, behind me, ladies and gentlemen, the debut of this fabulous new 1920s dance orchestra featuring Mr. Dean Mora'S. With the world's longest version of my theme song, Love Nest. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start tonight's big show. The dance floor is open. So please, making their big debut, it's time for Dean Mora'S and his California Poppies. Featuring the lovely, the delightful Kim Morrison, that red-hot, flaming jazz baby with her red-hot, flaming red hair. And now, Mr. Mora'S would like to say a few words to the folks watching this broadcast.
Thank you, Mrs. DeMille, and thank you, everybody, for coming down here, and Happy New Year to one and all. Thank you. As you see behind me is our band called the California Poppies. This is named after a band that played a lot in Los Angeles in the early 1920s. We'll tell you more about that later. But in honor of our evening boardwalk, or Broadway empire, as Mr. DeMille'S called it, we'll play for you the tune that put Paul Whiteman on the map in 1920. And now here we are with Whispering. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Whispering and featured on the slide whistle, Mr. Larry Wright. First use of the slide whistle in popular recording, and perhaps the last. We're not quite sure. Well, actually, at some point in the mid-1920s, Louis Armstrong actually did a solo on the slide whistle on one of his recordings. And that one I haven't heard yet. I'll have to check that out. But as some of you may know, Paul Whiteman was very popular in New York, the New York area. However, it is not as well known that he actually started, well, he started in San Francisco, but he actually had a short residency here in 1919 at the Alexandria Hotel for a few months. And so I don't think there was any recordings from that era, but Los Angeles does have some connection to the early jazz period. So here we are with another tune from this time period that we're sort of highlighting, the early 1920s. And it's sort of the pre-Charleston era, kind of a tie-over from ragtime. So you'll hear some more of that type of stuff. Here's from the hit from 1921. This is the Sheik of Araby. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The Sheik of Araby from 1921. There's a lot of great history coming out from this time period. There is a great upheaval following the First World War. Lots of strikes, recession, race riots. There's the sweep of all the Bolshevik sympathizers headed by the Attorney General, Mitchell Palmer, whose underling was a 24-year-old named J. Edgar Hoover. And that was, of course, a year after all the soldiers come home, they banned drinking and alcohol due to the temperance and religious groups. And so it was a swell time, it must be, around 1920. But out of all this, had some great music. And also Los Angeles has some tie-in with this. The musicians that came out of New Orleans that were thrown out because Storyville was closed, though they had no bordellos to play in. They had one or two choices, either go to Chicago or go to the sunny climes of Los Angeles. And so we had people like Kid Ory and Jelly Roll Morton come to Los Angeles in the late teens and early 20s to try their hand at music making. And we happened to find Kid Ory playing in a music store in central Los Angeles where the store owner had enough money. Actually, they were brothers, John and Reb Spikes, had enough money to have Kid Ory record a tune for the Nordskog label, a very obscure and rare record label. In 1922, they recorded a tune called Ory's Creole Trombone, which happens to be the very first recording made by an African-American band outside of New Orleans. And it happened right here in Los Angeles. So April of 1922. We took a transcription of that recording and we will play it for you right now. So here we go with Ory's Creole Trombone from 1922 featuring Jim McMillan on the trombone. On the trombone, Mr. Jim McMillan. Thank you. And now we're going to bring to the microphone our lovely red-headed robin of rhythm, our canary of song, Miss Care Morrison. We'll sing for you a song that was recorded by Vaughn DeLeaf from 1924. And I believe this is perhaps her theme song, Nobody Knows What a Redhead Mama Can Do.
Listen to me, let me give you some advice. Don't trust red-headed gals, even though they may seem nice. Though I'm red-headed too, what I'm saying is true. If it is safety you desire, don't play around with fire. 'Cause nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. Give her a heart made of rock, she'll break it in two, right in two. There's no doubt that she's got a conscience and a mind. But when she steps out, she leaves them both behind. She can draw rings round a gal like Louisville Lou, 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 Lou. She can make a bluebeard feel mighty blue, so blue. Now you take a woman who is red-headed. If you've got what she wants, she's gonna get it. 'Cause nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. She can draw rings round a gal like Louisville Lou, Lou, Lou. She can make a bluebeard feel mighty blue, so blue. No, her kind of love is the kind that lingers. If you linger too long, you might burn your fingers. 'Cause nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. Now I say nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. She can make a bluebeard feel mighty blue, so blue. Now you see a redhead, look out there, stranger. 'Cause anything red is a sign of danger. 'Cause nobody knows what a redhead mama can do. I said do.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think Care has enough in her for another song, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yes. She's
She's
on the verge of fainting, but I think
has the
she's
vapors.
pulled her. She has the vapors,
got the vapors.
a little bit of the
Get the salts
guitar.
out. A dose of salts.
Qatar. Anyway, we're going to do another a tune called The Blues Have Got Me.
My granddad and mammy loved to hear a cello's plaintive moan. The blues have got me. Classics are great for the highbrows who crave for it. It's not in my line. Jazz up to date, yeah, I'll say I'm a slave for it. The kind that makes a horse throw away is hey, hey. A baby grand is grand, but grander is a low-down instrumental. Trombone thrills me, a banjo kills me, and when a cornet goes ooh, I'm in for the night. Good night. I like my music, no if hands or buts, or maybe I'm what you call the Cinco patriotic baby. I'm off my dad about the strut, the blues have got me now. Oh, wicked saxophone could make me roam. The blues have got me. I don't know what it has, but the blues have got me. Classics are great for the highbrows who crave for it. It's not in my line. Jazz up to date, now I say I'm a slave for it. The kind that makes a horse throw away is hey, hey. Oh, baby, grand is grand, but a banjo kills me. And when a cornet goes a I'm in for the night. Good night. I like my music, no if hands or buts, or maybe how much you call the Cinco patriotic baby. I'm off my dad about the strut, the blues have got me now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Kaya Morrison. You're listening to Dean Mora and his California Poppies making their debut here at the Cicada Club this evening. I'd like to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, we've turned back the clock well over 25 years to bring you this night from the 1920s. It's a bit of a departure from our usual programming. We do return to our usual programming next Sunday night with Tim Gill and his All-Stars Big Band with the finest music of the 1940s. The music of today, the music the kids enjoy. For those of you curious, there's a motion picture out playing in the movie theaters right now called The Artist. I don't know if any of you have seen this motion picture, but several of the scenes were shot in this very club with the leading lady walking down the stairs, going right over there and kissing Dean Mora. No, it's not. It's a different scene. I'm thinking of a different movie. Speaking of Dean Mora, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for Mr. Dean Mora? And of course, Mr. Mora journeys into the far distant future of the year 1965, when we present our Swingin' 60s Big Band Night, March the 11th, featuring the fake Austin Powers. All these people from the future, we're bringing them here for you, ladies and gentlemen. But now, back to the music of the 1920s with Dean Mora and his California Poppies. And here he is, poppin' fresh, Dean Mora.
Poppin' fresh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. DeMille. And by the way, I've brought to your attention his fantastic outfit, which is actually from the year 1929, and with nary a rip, and it looks like he's been wearing it all these years. It's very well on him. In the teens, the only place you could go to get a decent drink, because there was a very strict blue laws in Los Angeles, especially in Hollywood. You cannot get a drink in Hollywood. Hard to believe, but true. One of the hottest spots for night clubbing was in the city of Vernon. Yes, Vernon. There's a country club out there where all the jazz people went, all the movie stars frequented. And it's in this particular establishment in Vernon that Fatty Arbuckle invented what turned out to be. He took some steak, put it between two pieces of bread, and the tri-tip steak sandwich was born. So next time you have a tri-tip steak sandwich, thank Fatty. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Another town that was very much open was the city of Culver City, where the studios had a very cozy relationship with the police department, which had a very cozy relationship with the FBI, and usually tipped the bar owners, speakeasy owners, whenever the feds would come in for a raid. I know this because my grandfather was a bartender at the Cotton Club, Frank Sebastian's Cotton Club in Culver City. And he told me that sometimes he would have to take all the booze, go home, dump it into the bathtub, wait till the coast is clear, then refill the bottles and take them back to the club. Wow. Yummy, yummy. Another club, which incidentally was owned by Fatty Arbuckle, was the Plantation Club. And at the Plantation Club was a band called Sonny Clay and his Plantation Club Orchestra. Sonny Clay, African-American piano player, came from Texas, and he played for a little bit with Jelly Roll Morton's band and with a famous band called the So Different Orchestra that unfortunately did not record. But Sonny did actually record a few tunes, and so we're going to play one of these tunes that he did in the mid-1920s with his group, the California Poppies, hence our name, the California Poppies, since Sonny isn't using it anymore. Anyway, this tune is called the California Stomp from 1926. Thank you. The California Stomp by Sonny Clay and his Plantation Orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a great pleasure to introduce to you the Prince of Pep. Please welcome Mr. Richard Halpern. Fine, I hope you had a pleasant vacation.
Yes, I loved my vacation. Where did I go?
I don't know.
It was great to go there.
Very good, very good. Well, tell the audience what you're going to sing next.
Oh, we have how many Al Jolson fans tonight in the house tonight? Oh, the crowd goes wild. Oh, the crowd goes wild. Whoa. Well, we have some Jolson songs for you this evening from me. This first one is called Lost.
You found it.
A Wonderful Girl. A guy puts an ad in a newspaper to find his sweetheart. All right, so from 1922. I think you're going to enjoy it, especially any of you journalists out there. This will sing to you, all right? What do you say? All right, boys, what do you say? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Mr. Newspaper Man, please help me out if you can. My sweetie wandered away. I fear she may go astray. I've searched for her every place, but I haven't found any trace. I'm feeling awfully bad, so please run this ad in your lost and found column today. I've lost a wonderful girl, a wonderful pearl. Please help me find her and remind her she is all the world to me. Without her, I don't even care about living. Tell her everything will be forgiven. I would give up all that I own if she would only hurry back home. I'm kind of lost without her, lost a wonderful girl. Won't the finder please return her to me? Here's the vamp. All these songs had vamps. I have been waiting in vain, hoping to hear once again her sweet voice calling to me. I wonder where she can be. My feelings I can't disguise, and everyone reads in my eyes. They see that I'm all upset. Seems I just can't forget. There's but one thing to do: advertise. I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost, I'm lost a wonderful girl, a beautiful pearl. Her name is Sally from Tin Pan Alley. Grace and a beautiful face, and making love. This little peach of Reno is 20 years ahead of Valentino. When she rolls her eyes at the man, they fall and never get up again. She's just a home destroyer, lost a wonderful girl. Won't the finder please return her to me? She's lost. She's lost, nowhere to be found. Oh, there she is. And she's over there too. And she's over there too. And there she is. Wow, she's here. There she is again. And there she... Wow, she was here all the time. Okay. This next wonderful song is called Feeling the Way I Do. It's another lovesick ballad, but it's a lot of fun. It's kind of jumpy, right? It's what heartache, heartbreak I've been through. Let me tell you, I'm sad, feeling awfully bad. I've sighed for, cried for only you. If you want me to smile, then I've gotta have one more trial. I can't go on feeling the way I do, weeping my whole life through, feeling the way I do. Since you've been gone, oh, nothing but cloudy skies, making me think my sunshine is the sunshine of your eyes. It seems the sofa won't soap, the crickets won't crick, the flowers won't flower. I know the cuckoo won't cook, you're getting him cuckoo too. Where are those lips? Oh, where are those eyes of blue? Two loving arms can save me, feeling the way I do. I can't go on, feeling the way I do. Weeping my whole life through, oh, feeling the way I do. Since you've been gone, oh, nothing but cloudy skies, making me think my sunshine is the sunshine of your eyes. It seems the dinner won't din, the supper won't sup, the breakfast won't wreck. I know my pistons won't work, they're suddenly missing you. Where are those lips? Where are those eyes of blue? Our two loving arms can save me, feeling the way I do. Yes. Thank you, folks. What do you say, folks? What do you say? What a night, what a night. Thank you, Mr. Mora.
Richard Halpern, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have Richard later on back again in the later part of the evening. One of the most popular places to attend for night clubbing is, of course, the world-famous Coconut Grove. The Coconut Grove nightclub located at the Ambassador Hotel. The Coconut Grove opened on New Year's Eve of 1921 and first started with Art Hickman and his orchestra from San Francisco, but then after that was taken over, was given the leadership over to Abe Lyman, a drummer from Chicago, who held posts there for about 5 years at the Coconut Grove. And we're going to play one of these tunes here.
California Blues.
California Blues. Thank you. It's from 1924. That's called California Blues.
Californian from all the time.
Azul de California.
Thank you very much. The California Blues. That's what audiences were dancing to here in Los Angeles in 1923. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Standard Scottish. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring back to the microphone, it's Karen Morrison, singing for you a lovely number recorded by Annette Hanshaw. And it's called The Big City Blues. You know it.
We got hecklers in the audience. Hecklers and rookies. Yeah, I hear that.
Just think tonight is Thanksgiving. Everyone's going somewhere. Nobody knows that I'm living. They pass me by. I wonder why. I'm all alone every night. I'm all alone. I fight those big city blues. I walk for miles, place to place. No one smiles to help me chase those big city blues. I'm like a little child who needs a lot of tenderness and care. All I've got is just a lot of sorrow and despair. Won't someone please talk to me? Don't refuse. Hear my plea and help me lose those big city blues. Each evening at 6 p.m. lights light and I look at them. I'm hoping that some nice person will meet me, greet me, but before I know it, it's 12 o'clock. I feel like jumping right off the dock because I haven't found a person to cheer me. Dear me, no one ever comes near me. I'm all alone every night. I'm on and I fight those big city blues. I walk for miles, place to place. No one smiles to help me chase those big city blues. I want you, please talk to me. Don't refuse. Hear my plea and help me lose those mean old big city blues.
Thank you very much, Karen. And now for something completely different. It's a great selection. This next tune called Ain't That Too Bad.
I guess this is the song that the same girl would sing after she finds a guy. Wise men say there's just one way to heaven, but wise men may be wrong once in a while. 'Cause I'm on my way right now, and I realize somehow that the way I found is great, that's why I smile. Oh, I'm in love and I'm so glad. He's the sweetest boy I've had, and he loves me, ain't that too bad? Oh, I'm so short, he's so tall, he's just made for me, that's all. He's heavenly, ain't that too bad? He thinks that I'm just right in every bite and told me he was wealthy. What a break, for goodness sake, the man's both rich and healthy. No one knows where he goes every night in dinner clothes, excepting me, ain't that too bad? Is it any wonder that I'm all excited? Is it any wonder that I wear a smile? I'm as happy as can be. Take a look at me and see. I found out what makes life really worthwhile. He just said yes, ain't that too bad? Every day for a week I've been hoping mine would speak. Delayed success, ain't that too bad? I just can't wait till we are married. Gee, for weeks and weeks I've planned it. Anything should happen now, I don't think I could stand it. He said yes, well of course, after I get my divorce. That's applesauce, ain't that too bad?
Some sage advice coming from Karen Morrison, ladies and gentlemen. There's more of that where that came from later on in the evening. Some of you may not know it, but some of our most revered institutions of days gone by are in our midst, and we do not know of this. For instance, right across the street where the parking lot is, across the street from this restaurant, was one of the cafeterias of Clifton's Cafeteria. That one had a Polynesian theme to it, and it was demolished back in the 1960s. And on the very corner where the City National Bank building stands right here was one of the premier ballrooms in Los Angeles, the Cinderella Roof Ballroom, where Herb Wiedoff and his orchestra held court for 5 years, and it was a place to go in the 1920s and 1930s. After Herb Wiedoff left, there is a gentleman by the name of Fred Elizalde, who was a law student at Stanford University, who got the music bug and decided to start his own band. Well, he played here, across the street at the Cinderella Roof Ballroom for 6 months. In 1926, he recorded a handful of tunes, and we're going to play one of them for you right now. So from 1926, this tune is called Melancholy Weeps, and you get an idea as to what audiences were dancing right across the street. Thank you. Melancholy Weeds by Fred Elizelda. I forgot to mention he also studied with Maurice Ravel. It's kind of obvious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have time for one more number for this set, where we, it's great to go through this little musical time capsule for you. We have more of it and lots more surprises for you in this later set. We're going to finish off with a Charlie Davis number from 1924 called Copenhagen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will take a brief intermission. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Mora'S, California Poppies.